We did a little Taco Tuesday today. Yes, do not adjust your screens. I cooked for the first time in about a year. I had these taco shells from the Wingstop video I did yesterday. I didn't want them to have them go to waste. I was gonna make some tacos with this meal later on for my second meal, but I decided to do it as one meal, but I'm just gonna eat twice. You can change this recipe or not change it how much you want to, but this is more designed to be a little more macro friendly, a little more healthier, a little more lower in fat. So you'll notice that as I start taking you through the process, but I'm gonna put together one of these tacos and have some rice with it. But let me start off with this rice. Let me show you this rice off real quick. So this is some yellow, I don't wanna call it Spanish rice. It's just some damn rice that I make, but this yellow rice is not actually 100% rice. It's mainly cauliflower. So what I do when I make this is I actually have 2 bags of cauliflower. One is like a mixed cauliflower blend, just for a little added nutrients, and then a regular cauliflower blend. Get that in the pan, season it up how you want to. I added a pepper and onion mix, just again for some more nutrients and some flavor. And then I added my yellow rice, which I had in the steamer before that. You just cook it until it's the right consistency, because cauliflower rice, I recommend cooking on the stovetop or something to get some of that moisture out. Because if not, it's really moist and I don't like it that way. So I cook it out. So that's why you see that it's not like super runny or anything like that. So that is what this is. Let's put together a taco. Ooh, that one broke. I got 5 shells here. I actually broke one yesterday, so I only had 5 left. I was supposed to have 6, but this is just the Old El Paso, the hint of lime taco shells, the ones I really like. I also like the other flavors, but this was the one that I wanted to have yesterday. So we got some ground beef over here. This is 96.4 ground beef, which means it has a 96 meat to fat ratio. It's the leanest kind that I've seen as far as ground beef goes. It's more pricey, I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you, but it is, to me, better when you're trying to watch what you're eating. You can also do 93.7, I've seen 94.6, 90.10, and so on. But I seasoned up how you want to, and then I added some Rotel to that. Let me get some beef in your taco. Beefy taco. I'm actually gonna go in with just a little bit of rice in here too, just to fill that up a little bit. You can add lettuce. If y'all don't know, I don't eat lettuce. And then I got my cheese. This is Tostitos salsa. That's all this is, salsa con queso. You can make your own cheese sauce or use regular cheese if you want to, but I like to use a little bit of cheese sauce. So just go on top like this right here. I already had this in the fridge. This is salsa that I used usually when I'm just doing like meal prep and stuff like that. So I already had that. So I ain't have to buy no extra one, which is good. A little bit of salsa in there as well. And then I have sour cream. This is fat-free sour cream. I'm gonna put the ingredients up. They should have been on your screen already, but I'll put it up again at the end just to kind of show you what we're working with here. So I got some sour cream. And then finally, I have some jarred jalapenos. I like jarred jalapenos on mine, just a couple of those. 17 of these. It's 5 calories. Just so you know. You can weigh this out to 30 grams if you want to. I don't bother weighing this out. Everything else I do is weighed and portioned out when I'm cooking. So all this rice that you see here, so this giant wok of rice, all these tacos, there's 24 ounces of ground beef here. All the trimmings that you see here, I'm going to use to eat for the entire day. It comes out to a little over 2,300 calories, just well within what I want to do as far as my daily caloric goals. So that is an easy way to do things. Biggest advice I give to people when they're trying to make things and they don't want to necessarily eat like plain ass food, find better ingredients. You can go off of whatever, sugar-free. Most of the seasonings I use are low sodium and things like that. The rice I use is low sodium. I try to go with low sodium as much as I can, and then I'll salt and add if I need to, or I'll go salt-free when it's necessary. But that is what we have, man. But that is just an easy way. So there you go. Got a little taco right there. It's gonna be so good, bro. The hint of lime, so fire. If you like hint of lime Tostitos, same exact thing, but they hit. I cannot explain to you how good these tacos hit. A little bit of that rice. That's perfect. So after this, what I'll do later on is I'm just gonna make a little burrito bowl. So I'll take a little bit of this, put it back on a plate, a little ground beef, add the same ingredients, and that's literally all I'm eating today. The vegetables are in here. They're hidden, but they're there. And it's a pretty balanced diet. It's pretty much meat, simple carb, some vegetables in there. And then this is the little bit of taco shell that you have to make it a little more enjoyable. You can even get a bag of Doritos if you want to, or even get some like baked Lay's or something like that. But you get the idea. I did want to show this. This is how I've been eating for a very long time. And it's how I went from, at one point, my heaviest, which was like, believe it or not, I was up to like 260 pounds. I got all the way down to 200 pounds. Now I'm about 215 pounds, and I just like staying in that cruising altitude. I just felt like I just was like running out of energy when I was too lean, and it affected my workout. So I ended up adding more calories in, and then we do our fast food stuff when I'm trying it. But this, I will eat all of this today, easily. It's good for you. Let's do some cheese. Sour cream. Salsa. Damn salsa. You just build them up. A couple jalapenos. Let's get 3 on there. Add a little bit more. That's it, bro. You do not have to eat boring to live a better lifestyle. You do not. I've served this to people. They didn't even realize I was eating healthier food. Again, you can do this ground turkey. You can do this ground whatever the hell you want to. You can even use chicken. But chicken's going to be a lot cheaper. The ground beef, I buy this in like 36 ounce. Why'd I just do that? Whatever, don't matter. It's all going in the same place. I usually buy that in like 36 ounces, so it comes out to like, I don't know, $16 for 36 ounces or something like that. So you can do with that information whatever you want to, but there's just a little less fat in it. You can also drain the fat out of it. I just like getting that version. You know what I'm saying? But here we go. Building tacos, sometimes annoying. For those who don't know, making stuff like this is actually how I started making content back in 2016. The content you see today more or less started like in 2021, but this was the original stuff that I used to do. So there's probably some of you that were around from back then. You happy now? But seriously, if you want to see more stuff like this, just make sure you're hitting the thumbs up. As I said in the video yesterday, as long as these types of videos are what people want to see, I got no problem doing them. So, what I used to do, somebody asked in the comments yesterday what flavor this was. My bad, mandarin orange. I don't really care about the flavor as long as it's something that I physically don't like. Like, I'll drink whatever when it comes to seltzer. And what I did today was I never kept junk food or even food for the most part in my house. And what I would do is when I'm finished with my workout or work, back then it was more work. This is my work now, but you get the idea, is when I was finished with my work back then or workout now, I would go to the store that same day and basically try to come up with a meal to make at home. So I would buy all the ingredients, sorry for that, by the way, the same day, and then I would just make that, and that was all I would eat because I didn't have anything else in the damn house. You can do that, or some people do it week to week, where they have all their stuff, like say on Sunday, you come up with whatever it is that you're gonna cook, and then you buy what you need for the week. I like doing it day to day because when I'm working out, as y'all know, I've said before, I get cravings. So I knew I had taco shells today, and I said, I want tacos. And I was like, dang, let me put something together real quick. And this is what I came up with. This is so good. I'm gonna put some cheese on this rice, bro. I'm all over the place. I'm gonna do this. I used to do this too. I used to make big burrito bowls, and I would take the nacho shell, and I would just go like this, and then just like kind of scoop it up. Some places don't have fat-free sour cream, by the way. You're gonna have to use low fat. Hopefully you get the idea of what I was trying to do. Or show. Did I just... Once I finish this, I'll eat this later. Big ass burrito, excuse me. Big ass burrito bowl. And if you did stuff like this, again, if you're a person who eats multiple times in a day, you can make this the night before and just portion it out. But the same idea. A lot of y'all be asking questions about, you know, what can I do? How can I get started on things as far as dieting? Biggest piece of advice I can give you. Plan out your food. One of the worst things that you can do, in my opinion, is twofold. Number one, you don't know what you're going to eat, and you're hungry. You're not going to reach for something that's even halfway decent for you because you're just hungry. But if you know beforehand that you got something waiting, or you already know what you're going to do, it makes it a lot easier. The biggest times that I would end up cheating if I was trying to eat well was when I was hungry or when I was with friends and stuff like that. Like, say you go out to eat with your friends and you go to a restaurant, everybody's having what they're having. Just look at the menu before you go so you have an idea of what you want. And lastly, avoid the hidden calories, meaning things that you drink, like high calorie drinks, your sodas, juice. Don't overdo that because it has a lot of calories in it if you're just gonna drink regular juice. Like the condiments and stuff like that. I know people laugh when I say that I don't use regular cheese when I cook, or I use that kind of cheese. You'd be surprised how much more calories is in full fat sour cream or even high fat sour cream. You can have that stuff, but you're gonna have to use less. If you're not gonna like measure that part at all, you'll eat a lot more calories than you think. Same goes with ranch, peanut butter, anything like that that's really fatty. So just be careful with those things and just have a game plan of what you want to do. The workout part, I don't necessarily think you have to work out a lot. Theoretically, just make sure that if you're a person who sits around all day, you try to be more active when you can, or just walk. Walking is one of the most therapeutic things that you can do. I'm not saying you got to go on a treadmill for 30 minutes, but things I used to do, I park far. When I'm parking, like today when I went to the store, I parked far as hell, just so I have to walk more. Sometimes if I'm sitting in a desk for too long, I'll get up. If you have a stand-up desk, I do. So I don't like to sit at a desk for too often. Any way that you can be more active within your life, not a person who works out. You don't have to be in a gym and lifting weights and all that other stuff. Because the things that I'm talking about are not because you want to be a professional bodybuilder. The things that I'm talking about is that you want to just feel a little better. Be a little overall healthy. I don't like using the term health because the way people talk about health now, it almost has a negative connotation. I'm talking about going to the doctor and them telling you don't have high blood pressure or, you know, cholesterol, etc. And also just overall feeling good. Because when you're not active at all, you don't realize how bad you feel until you start making changes. And the last thing I'm going to say, then I'm going to get up out of your hair. This is, again, something that people have been asking. And this one I can't stress enough. Be realistic with your goals because you're not looking for something that you can do in 30 days or even 60 days. You're looking for something that you can do until the end. A lot of times people start working out and they go, I want to lose 50 pounds in a month. You know, now it's all the Ozempic and all that other stuff. I was reading a study about Ozempic that said a large majority of people who've been on it for a year have actually gained a lot of the weight back. And that's because they didn't make lifestyle changes. If you just go for a short-term goal, like a number goal, a lot of times people get to that goal, they start to slack off, and then they end up back where they started. So setting realistic goals, if you cannot work out 5 days a week, don't. If you can commit to 2 days a week, do it. If you can commit to taking 5,000 steps a day, do it. But don't say, I'm going to take 20,000 steps, I'm going to run myself into the ground, because then you're going to end up stopping because it's going to get frustrating or even to the point where you're going to start to tail off because it's not realistic. That's the biggest thing I tell. I've done this for a living for a lot of people. I've watched people do this with their weight. The people that have the most problems are the people that are not setting realistic goals, that are setting these crazy ass goals because they think they got to turn into Rocky Balboa when they're trying to get in shape. I'm not saying don't. I'm just saying if you don't think you're going to be Rocky for the rest of your life, you're going to be doing this. And most of you, I bet you've dealt with, you've lost a ton of body fat and then you put it back. And then you lost it and then you put it back. That's where it comes from. If your lifestyle stays one way, even when you actually have that ebb and flow, because you will at times gain weight, like it's going to happen, you still won't ever get back to that point because it's a part of your lifestyle. You get what I'm saying? So that's what I wanted to say today. Got Monday Night Football today, which is pretty cool. So I'm about to watch that. I don't really like cooking too much, but you know, this was 2 birds, 1 stone because I'm gonna eat this again later. So it's easier for me. And I hope you guys enjoyed the little TED Talk advice, whatever you want to call it. These are all things that I have suggested to clients in the past, that I have done with myself, that I have studied in school, etc. So I hope some of it can help you. Just remember this too, everybody's different. Like no 2 people are alike when it comes to what they like to do, how they eat, how they work out, how they train. Don't just take someone else's plan and do it. Do your own thing within guidelines. So that's been the end of the video, man. I appreciate y'all. We'll be back tomorrow. More content, man. Hand signs. They made it to YouTube.